What's up, boys? EP.62. I just want to talk about why, everything comes from your decisions. I just saw a video that someone sent me that said that your future family, your future wife, your future kids, their lives depend on the decisions you make today. The decisions you make tomorrow, the decisions you made yesterday. It all depends on that. And this is what people don't realize is they think it's all about the macro. They think it's all about the 5 years, 10 years, 20-year plan. It's not. It's about what you do today. It's not about what you're going to do in 5 years. It's not about your plan for 5 years. It's about the actual actions you take. It's about the decisions you actually make. This is the most important thing that you have to understand is in life, it's easier to make the wrong decisions. But those wrong decisions always lead to the wrong life. So I was actually saying this inside my Telegram channel. If you're not inside, join with the link in the description. But I was saying how most of the time, in 98% of scenarios of life, the harder choice is the correct choice. And if you really deep that, you understand how powerful it is. The harder choice is almost always the right choice. I'm always getting goosebumps as I say it because it's completely true. The choice to go to the gym and wake up at 4 a.m. is always the right choice, but it's a lot harder. In fact, it's 100 times harder than it is to just sleep in and wake up at 8 a.m. and not go to the gym instantly and procrastinate it. Right now, me making this video, I could have chosen, it's 100 times easier to carry on doing what I was doing. I was literally, I was on YouTube, I was responding to a video that someone sent me, and then I actually got caught up in a couple shorts, and then I was like, oh wait, what am I doing with my time? Let me quickly create this video. It was a lot easier for me to continue scrolling. I could have just scrolled on to the next video. But it's about the decisions you make in the moment. And one thing that's helped me massively is whenever I realize I'm doing something wrong, whatever it is, whether it's a bad habit, scrolling, whatever, I'll just think and I'll sit there for 5 seconds and I'll count down from 5. And then as soon as it goes down to 5, I need to just start doing something right. So let's say, right, for example, I was scrolling through that YouTube short. I didn't actually use it this time, but most of the time I use it. Scrolling through the YouTube short. If I felt tempted to continue scrolling, I just say to myself, all right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, quickly get off YouTube short, onto the next thing. That's how decisions to be made. But yeah, everything comes from your decisions. And one other thing I'm going to give you guys, which will probably help a lot of you guys who are deciding between business models and deciding in big decisions in life. Decisions are the easiest thing in the world. Let me explain why. Because, okay, so an easy decision, right? Because there's two options. You've got hard decisions and easy decisions. Or what people think is hard decisions, easy decisions. And I'm going to give you a perspective which is completely going to change the way you look at this. So the easy decisions are the ones which are like something that you hate, something that you love, right? Or something that's very, very, like a big difference, right? We can all agree on that. Like, let's say, for example, you hate broccoli, right? You hate vegetables. Yeah, okay, let's say you hate vegetables and you love chocolate. And you've got the decision between eating chocolate and eating vegetables. Well, then obviously you're going to choose chocolate because it's an easy decision because you like chocolate more. But then what people don't realize is that the so-called hard decisions are actually easy as well. Because if you think about it this way, so let's say you got a 50-50 decision. Quick water break. Let's say you got a 50-50 decision. Let's say, for example, you like chocolate, but you also like sweets. And it's like let's say it's like a 52 to 48%, but you don't know which one you like more. Well, the reason why that's an easy decision, why I said decisions are easy, is because it's not really going to make a difference which one you choose. So just literally flip a coin and just choose one option. You have literally, speak of which, literally got a coin right here. Just literally go, well, they're about the same. All right, cool. Boom. All right, we're eating chocolates. Done. Like, this is what people don't realize. And when you do that, you'll understand. Like, some of you smart guys might be thinking, oh yeah, but surely that extra 5 seconds might have helped you make that 2%. But the thing is, it's not about that. It's about the brain capacity of just making decisions quickly. Like, oh, should I focus? I'm going to focus on my business on social media. Should I do YouTube or should I focus more on TikTok? Flip a coin. If it's a 50-50, flip a coin. And if it's obvious that YouTube is better, well, then go with YouTube. So that's another thing that might help you guys. But yeah, this is more of a rant rather than a specific topic, which I'm going to talk about. But another thing is a lot of you guys underestimate how much volume it takes to become successful. You might be doing the right thing. You might be doing the exact thing that a millionaire did. Just you were doing the exact same business model, the same task. In fact, think about it. You most likely are. In fact, it's literally guaranteed. If you're in, let's say, SMMA, trading, drop shipping, coaching, whatever business model, copywriting, whatever business model you're in, I guarantee that there's not millions, but thousands of millionaires who became millionaires through that business model. So then the question is, are there that many different things and different areas and different paths that you can choose inside that business model? Most likely not. Like, let's say, for example, I used to do a fitness coaching. there's hundreds of fans of, I don't know, I don't want to say hundreds, but there's certainly thousands of fitness coaches who became millionaires through fitness coaching, especially online, right? So they were probably doing a similar task to me. There's not that many things to do in fitness coaching. You book calls, you choose social medias where you want to book calls, or you do cold calls wouldn't really work for fitness coaching, but you choose the traffic source where you can book calls. A lot of people would have chosen Instagram, a lot of people would have chosen YouTube, etc. And then you just go in all in on that. So then you might be like, if you're smart, you might be like, all right, so what's the difference? If you're doing the same thing that someone else was doing who became a millionaire in that business model, how can you do that? How can you get the same result? Well, the answer is, you're most likely just not doing enough volume. For example, I realized about 3 months ago when I was sending DMs on Instagram, and it was inbound leads. I was sending DMs on TikTok, not on Instagram. I realized what an amazing thing that was and how well it was working. But the problem is, at the start, for the first couple of weeks, I was almost taking it for granted that it was an amazing opportunity and I wasn't putting in much work. Because I knew that even if I didn't put in much work, because it's such an amazing opportunity, I was still making a decent income and I was still booking a decent amount of appointments. And then I realized that this is probably one of the only chances you're going to get where you find something that really works and you actually can go all in on it and actually get that thing to make you a millionaire. Because I truly believe that there is only a certain time period that you can become a millionaire in. And let me explain why. Because most people are logical, right? Almost everyone's logical. And if you're a logical, smart person, which you most likely are because you're getting into business, most people who get into business are smart, logical people. If you're a smart, logical person, you're going to sit down and you're going to think. Even if you've got the best mindset in the world, like me, I've got an amazing mindset. But even I would think, okay, I'm going to dedicate this amount of time to this business model. But if I'm putting in 10 hours a day and I'm doing that every single day and I'm doing that for 3 years and I see zero progress and I see zero results and I'm not even at 2K a month or 3K a month like I would be with a 9 to 5, then I'm not going to carry on. And even if you don't say that consciously, even if you don't decide out loud, deep inside your brain, you're going to do that. Let's be real, right? 3 years of getting no results after putting in 10 hours a day, of course you're going to give up. So the reason why I'm saying this is because people will understand that, but then they won't go all in on the time that they've got. So I've seen so many people drop off. They were doing business for 6 months and then they gave up. Doing business for 3 months, doing business for 2 months, 1 month, 2 weeks, whatever, and they just drop off. But what they don't realize is that they're almost sitting there thinking, well, it wasn't for me because I put in this much work over this period of time and I didn't get results. The reason why you didn't get results is because the intensity and amount of volume you were doing just wasn't good enough. You need to be doing so much volume that that it would literally be disgusting. It would be a crime against humanity that you didn't get results. You need to be sending so many DMs, posting so much content that it will be a crime to humanity for you not to book calls. And you need to be booking so many calls that it would be a crime to humanity to not close a sale, to not get a client. And you need to be providing such an amazing service that it would be a crime to humanity for your clients to leave and not be retained. Do you understand what I'm saying? If you really think about it like that, then you put in way more volume. If you realize that, okay, I need to put in so much work that it would almost be, it would literally be impossible for me not to win, or then you're going to win. For example, the best area to say that in is fitness, right? And I've got experience there because I'm a fitness coach. Well, that's what I used to do. I don't do it anymore, right? But, if you're, let's say you're a fitness coach, if you're trying to get someone to win, if I designed right now someone who's fat and I wanted them to get fit within the next 3 to 6 months, I know exactly what I'd do. I'd make it impossible for them not to get fit. So I'd make sure they only eat clean food. I'd make sure they work out 5 or 6 times a week, every single day, cardio. I make sure their mindset is in the right place so they do it consistently. I make sure they wake up at a certain time. They eat a certain food. They stay away and they abstain from certain activities. Going out to the parties, going out clubbing, etc. Same with boxing. This is what people don't realize. Floyd Mayweather or any of these extremely successful boxers or any extremely successful person in any area of life, Ronaldo, let's use him as an example. It will be a crime to humanity for him not to have become a professional footballer because the ability he had, but that wasn't magic. That was through the hard work he done. If I right now dedicated, right now I've got Real Madrid shirt on, if I dedicated, since the age of 7 years old, I had dedicated 6 hours a day, every single day, without a break, every single day, from 7 years old all the way to 18 years old, or let's say 22 years old. It would be a crime if between those years I wouldn't get a single trial for a professional football club. Of course you would. You just put in so much work that it's impossible for you to fail. So that's the mindset I want you to take away from this video, from this cave talk. Is put in so much damn work that it's impossible for you to fail. If you're trying to become a professional boxer, do so many boxing sessions, punch the bag so many times that it's impossible for you not to win, right? Do so many fights that it's impossible for you not to get one win. Same with business. Send so many DMs that how can you not get one person interested? Book so many calls, get on so many calls. How can you not get one person? But do so many videos on YouTube that it's impossible for you not to get one video which blows up, right? Speed will speak about this as well, and this is a kind of side point. And I think a lot of people make fun of these sort of people, which I understand why they're doing it, but it's illogical. Like, oh, Speed, or they don't make fun of him, but they kind of look down on him. They're like, oh, he's a streamer. You got to understand that any of these things, even if it's just something like a streamer, which by the way I don't massively admire, but even something as a streamer, it all requires hard work if you're trying to get to the top. Like, most people don't realize, even at, like, people like Speed, who people think are like, he's only messing around. No. That guy's working hours. That guy's putting in so much work behind the scenes that you guys don't see, right? But anyway, he was saying at the start of this journey, it was the 1 to 2 subscribers or like people or viewers that he'd have on his streams that kept him going. And then the next week it was 3 viewers. Next week it was 5 viewers. Next week it was 10 viewers. Next week it was 15. Then it was 30 because he posted a video which exploded a little bit. Then it was 35. Then it went from 35 all the way to 200 because of something. Like, do you understand what I'm saying? My point is it was gradual and it was over time. It's because he stuck with it for so long. So like, to do that, and I guarantee you'll succeed. Like Mr. Beast, imagine how much work he puts into YouTube. Imagine he didn't get that many views. Imagine he wasn't the most subscribed channel. That would be insane because the amount of work he puts in, the amount of money he spends, it's abnormal, right? Put in so much work. Elon Musk, this is the last example I'll give you. He was saying when he was working, he'd be putting in 16 to 18 hour days. He would work with his brother. He'd live they'd live in an office when they were working. That's how much work they were putting in. They'd live there. Through the day, I think he would be working most of the day, and so would his brother. And then through the night, when he'd sleep, his brother would be working, etc. They'd have almost like night shifts, right? Where one of them's asleep, one of them's working. Always working, 24/7 around the clock. Imagine that guy didn't become a billionaire. With the amount of work he put in, imagine he didn't get rich. Imagine he didn't even have $1 million to his... In fact, that would be impossible. Do you understand what I'm saying? Put in so much damn volume that it's impossible for you not to win. My Telegram channel, which you'll see in the link in the description, has over 850 voice notes. That is so many voice notes that how is someone not going to text me saying your voice notes are amazing? And that's why I get them every single day. And in fact, I should promote it more. I don't promote it enough because the amount of value inside is amazing. But 850 voice notes. How am I not going to have clients? Like, do you understand what I'm saying? 5,000 followers on IG, and that's not loads, by the way, but my point is, how am I not going to get clients through that? So many videos on YouTube, this is a 60-second cave talk, and although, to be honest, I am kind of being hypocritical, because I don't really try on YouTube. It's more just the consistency, and it's more building a loyal fan base. I don't care if I get 5 views, 10 views, whatever. Number one, I'm doing it for myself, and number two, as long as I can have a couple people who benefit from them, which I get messages about, that's fine by me. That's worth the time I put into the videos. But even then, imagine I put 62 cave talks out and not a single one got over 200 views, 500 views. Of course they would, right? I even have videos almost on 1K. And I'm not saying that to brag, right? That's not a big number at all. But again, that's why, because I don't edit, I haven't analyzed, I don't really try and improve the videos. It's just there to build up a little bit of a following or build up some loyal people. Because in the future, I do want to kind of go more into personal branding this June. So, but yeah. Back to my point, put in so much work that it's impossible for you to fail. And if you do that, you will become successful. That said, that's the end of today's cave talk. If you want to work with me one-to-one, you want me to work with you literally one-to-one, not a course or anything. I'm literally working with you in the business one-to-one, helping you start and scale your online business, all the way from whether it's 0 or 2K a month, or you're brand new, you haven't got a business, all the way to 5, 10, 15, even 20K a month. Then you can click the link in the description, book a free calling with me, one-to-one. It won't be with some random person, it'll be with me, one-to-one. And yeah, with that said, that's the end of today's cave talk. See you boys tomorrow.